What is up, guys? Welcome to the Uncle Sharma channel. Here we are to review Inter's 2-1 loss to Juventus in the Coppa Italia semi-final. The first leg, first blood to Juventus, and not good enough. Not good enough. Completely different to the first match against Juventus. Where Inter, dominated play, dominated the amount of chances. This was a completely different match. Gift wrapped win for Juve, as I've put in the title there. Just not good enough. I've got Nick joining me in a minute on the live stream, jumping on with me. But I'll just give my thoughts before Nick Lato. I've had him on a couple of times before, so he'll come and give his thoughts. How are you feeling, guys? How you feel? We'll do some player ratings as well. We've got the lineup down, and then just think about some of the player ratings, or we'll go player by player. Give some ratings, but wow, not good enough, man. 2 goals literally gifted to Juve. We couldn't have gift wrapped. It was a Valentine's Day wrapped present. Like, here, Pirlo. Sorry for beating you last time. Here's 2 goals. Here, Cristiano Ronaldo. This guy, he's only scored 1 goal against Inter in his last, I think, 4 or 5 matches he's played against Inter, and today we'll give him 2. The first one. Obviously, man, how many times I feel like is a little win for me today. The Ashley Young, I feel like he's been Inter's worst player all season, but it's not been quite highlighted. And today, once again, this is the second penalty he gave away. What an absolute idiot donkey move to give that penalty. Cuadrado was nowhere near the ball, and he's pulling Cuadrado. And once again, Cuadrado, this is why I was so scared of this guy. This guy always somehow manages to get involved and create ruckus for Inter, create trouble. And that was the first penalty that Cristiano Ronaldo took away straight down the middle against Handanovic. Couldn't do much there. And then the second one, my goodness, that was absolute shambles. That second one, I don't even know what to say to that one. That was miscommunication, but amateur level of miscommunication there. Bastoni and Handanovic, captain Il Capitano Handanovic. Bastoni clearly tells him, stay there, stay where you are. Handanovic usually never comes out of his bloody area, and today, out of all days, he chose to come out and gift wrapping that goal. Bastoni obviously should have cleared it as well, but for me, that's 50-50. Oh, here's my guy Nick coming in. Here he is. Throw in all your player ratings. The question, by the way, guys. Yo, what's good, bro?
Oh man, just pain.
Fucking hell, man. Well, you're rapping that retro Inter top, at least, when we used to be a bit better. Well, you got that Lautaro cut going. What you got there?
Bro, I think I was ripping my hair out. I was just going like this the whole time, bro. I look a mess.
You look like Barella. You look like trying to go Vidal.
Yeah. I've never been so frustrated with a match in my life.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Just give your thoughts quickly on the match, and I'll just put up some of the comments that I'm getting down.
First half we started real well. Then I feel like after the penalty, it all just went downhill. It was just like we lost confidence. Brozovic played horrendous in the first half. Halftime couldn't come soon enough, and then I feel like whatever Conte said in halftime, it worked. We came out with a lot more passion, a lot more fire. Again, couldn't get that goal. Can't finish chances. I don't know how Darmian and Sanchez did not score today.
The thing with the Sanchez is I just have no faith in him when he's in front of goal. Like, I have zero. And then Demiral somehow saving that goal is crazy.
And how was it Demiral sent off in the beginning too for that tackle from behind where he smacked Sanchez?
Yeah, I just looked at a replay just before we came on, and his leg was like at his knee. So. Dude. Yeah, he's very raw. He's a very rough old school defender, so he got lucky with that one. But I think yellow was fine. But how did you feel about the referee in general, though?
I didn't think he was that bad. He let a lot of stuff go. I feel like he lost control of the game at some points where like both teams were just kind of fouling, and it's like he never really got control of it. I felt like.
Yeah. Yeah, Indra says Inter can win at the toilet stadium. This Juve side is non-beatable. Yeah, that's one thing that we can clearly see. This Juve side are not that good. Like, Inter gifted this win to them. They are not that good. Like, do you remember any other chance they created apart from the 2 goals? I think it was that one, that deflected one that Bernardeschi went to Handanovic saved anyway. That was the only other
Yeah.
chance I think they created.
Yep.
Yes, so this Juve team are there for the taking. So I'm not all hope is not lost for the return leg. We've got a goal, and I think we only need, if we can beat them 1-0.
No, the away goals, they have 2.
Oh yes, the away goals on this,
So
isn't
you
it?
need
Yeah,
2.
we need 2, but still I think it's doable.
Easily.
We beat them 2-0 last time. Indro again, Pazza Inter, one crazy way. Yeah, he just think like, okay, we started off really well. That goal, Lautaro. We've been saying as soon as the Inter players have a baby, these guys like go into some next level, and he showed it. Lautaro, 1 shot, 1 goal. I don't think he even had a shot after that, did he?
No.
But yeah, ruthless. Probably if Szczesny was there, he probably would have saved that.
Saved that. I said this way too central, but I'll take it all day.
Yeah, so great start. Barella with another assist, and then we just looked like our midfield. Brozovic just lost control, but Barella as well in there lost control. Like he had a few missed touches. Vidal looked like he was losing his head.
Yep.
But Ashley Young, man, what can I say about this guy? I feel like I've been like on a lonely train about this criticizing this guy, because usually I'm a pretty balanced guy, but I've been going in on Ashley Young the whole year, and I feel like this match is like the culmination of my hatred in one. But like, what was he thinking with that tackle? Like, why would you even need?
Several times I feel like he does that. Whenever he gets into penalty, he just loses his head and just does random shit. Yeah,
he's 35 years old. He's supposed to be experienced, and he's out there like making those mistakes. And then, I mean, when Perisic came on, I feel like he made an instant impact as well. Like he was taking on Cuadrado straight away. As usual, none of those crosses, nothing actually came of those. But Barella almost scored the scissor kick. That was mad, like with his left foot. I was like, geez.
Barella's a beast, man. That guy, he literally might be generational.
Yeah, man.
He's a beast. I love that kid.
Yeah, even the commentator on the ESPN was like creaming over him. He was like, "There's no end to Barella's talent." And yeah, like imagine if he scored that.
Imagine he has another kid.
Yeah, well, he's had 3 already. He's a busy guy. Yeah. He's 23, 3 kids, man. This guy, when he goes home, like it must be just a madness.
He never stops.
Yeah, he seems like one of those guys who's like 40 years old already, even though he's like 23 years old.
Yeah, plays really calm.
Yeah, if we had Lukaku, we saw them in the crowd. That they obviously would have made a massive difference. You see the drop off between Darmian and Hakimi. It's like Darmian almost scored, but it's just like 1v1. Like you just know he's not going to really create anything, and crossing wise, he didn't really offer anything today either. And obviously Sanchez did. To be fair to Sanchez, that first goal he held up the ball like Lukaku does. Like he was like backing into. I think it was Demiral who came to mark him. It was pretty good hold up play, but then
play goal.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Like Sanchez and Sanchez, Abrela, and Lautaro. It was a nice play.
Yeah.
Sanchez, but then, anything else, like he can't do anything else. If it's scoring, it's just I don't know. Man.
Yeah, a lot of times he comes, he takes the ball, he does a nice touch, but nothing comes of it. He just kind of like swivels on the spot, like he's just like spinning like a Beyblade on the spot, and nothing comes of it. Yeah, this is obviously it would have been nice. Your boy Pinamonti even got some time.
I'll take that as a win. That's a win in my book.
I think he had like 3 touches, 1 foul.
He needs to have a kid.
Yeah, Nevon, as we said, we gifted them both goals, missed like 5 sitters. Yeah, I don't think we created that many chances, to be fair, but yeah, like 2 of those chances we definitely should have probably scored.
It's the story of the season, though. It's individual mistakes. Even Conte said in his press conference, he's like, I don't want any mistakes. And what happened? You have the 2 biggest mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, especially Bastoni. I mean, I know everyone's been kind of flaming Handanovic, but I think he deserves some
50-50 on that.
Yeah, because you just
it was
as a defender, you just clear that. You just put it into row Z, like just smash it away.
Yeah. Or even he took it right into the path of Ronaldo. I don't know, take it out wide the other way. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Ronaldo read him like a book, so fair enough to him. Like but Bastoni told Handanovic like stop. And he never usually comes out. That's the funniest thing. Is like usually we're annoyed at Handanovic because he just never leaves his box. But today he felt like trying to be Manuel Neuer for some reason.
Neuer, yeah.
Yeah, AJ says Conte making changes too late. Yeah, I mean that's another story of both season under Conte. It just seems like he's waits way too long. Even with Eriksen, like when he comes on, he has so much pressure. It's like he brings on Eriksen and almost like he almost has to like score, like do something. There's too much pressure on Eriksen when he comes on, rather than giving him like 40-50 minutes to like try to do something. He just you could see that Eriksen, he had that one shot shooting opportunity and he kind of buckled it with like just a little P roller to Buffon.
I'm not mad at Conte today though.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at him, but I'm just saying like he probably could have made those changes a bit earlier, but I'm not sure they would have made much difference.
Pinamonti and Sensi, I mean, they're not really doing. Sensi hasn't looked that good in my opinion lately.
Well, I mean, that's the thing though. What can you do in like 10 minutes? He's not like Sensi's a guy who takes on 10 players and like shoots from outside the box. He's similar to Eriksen. He's a guy that needs to touch the ball like 10-15 times, and he's a passing guy. He's not a guy who's like instant impact type of guy. We don't really have that. Usually is Sanchez. That's the guy who comes on for the impact, but he was already on. So that's where our short squad is a little bit coming unstuck. Whereas Juve, you saw they brought Morata, they brought Chiesa, they brought Arthur, who's like he can keep the ball under pressure. Because Bentancur, man, we need to press the guy if he plays again next week, because every time that guy gets pressed in front of his defense, that one goal that Sanchez chance came from pressing Bentancur, who buckled. So I hope
today though, like we didn't press them early in the beginning of the game, and then once we started press, I feel like they started making more mistakes.
Yeah, but that's Inter now. Like since we've changed that, our style of play, we don't really press too high, which is good. We keep it. We would have been fine if we didn't gift them. That's the thing, because it keeps us, solid. But that's what happens. You gift them the goal, then you have to change the way you play, and then you're just chasing. And then Juve, that's one thing they're good at. Trying to, kill a game off, and then they did that well. We'll do some player ratings as well. We'll do one by one. Well-deserved loss. Yeah. I think it was deserved. When you're gifting 2 goals, it's a deserved loss. Yeah, man. Left wing back. It's just been. It's just the most obvious like flaw in our team. It's like the vice Lukaku left wing back. It was vice Brozovic, but it seems like it might be Eriksen now. So, and obviously a keeper. Those are the 3 main flaws in this team. I'd rather go down the history of the field. Yeah, man, I hate that guy. I didn't like the use. I like the word he used. That detest. Yeah, I detest him. He's such a piece of shit, man. He's such a piece of work.
I always hated him.
Yeah.
Such a bum.
Young made Perisic look like prime Roberto Carlos. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm not saying that Perisic is like a much better option. I'm just saying he's 1% better.
Yeah.
So that 1%, and he hasn't caused any penalties yet. So he's got that clean slate. He's still got 2 penalties to catch up on Young. So play Perisic for now.
As much as I hate Perisic, I'd rather have him than Young at this point.
Yeah. All Inter players, they need to just needs to start making babies. Everyone. Brozovic needs to go back to making some babies. Vidal, get busy. Sanchez definitely needs some babies. Yeah. We need some goals from Sanchez because what was your thoughts on the Dzeko Sanchez swap, by the way?
I don't know. I feel like it was a lose-lose for if they went through. I think it's a lose-lose for both teams. I feel like he's 35. He has a higher contract than Sanchez. I don't know. I feel like he wouldn't like play over Lautaro anyway, and it's like he's too much like Lukaku. I feel like maybe he could have like let Lukaku play more at goal, but I didn't think either team wins on that swap.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought Dzeko would have provided more of a goal threat for us, but then that we lose that plan B that Alexis gives us. Comes on as a CAM sometimes and just a bit of more dribbling ability.
And Dzeko, I feel like Dzeko's not as clinical as like everybody likes to think. I feel like he misses a lot of chances.
Oh yeah, I think he's missed the most chances this season in the Serie A. I think there's an actual like stat or so on who scored. But in terms of holder play, he's even better than Lukaku. Like he's been doing that game for his whole career. Yeah, shall we get into some player ratings? As Daniele has got some. He gave Perisic, Eriksen 6s. Obviously, Pinamonti saying he can't give. So let's start with Handanovic. What would you give Handanovic out of 10?
3.5, 4.
Yeah, man, that guy is so dusted.
Cragno Summer, please.
Yeah, yeah, I'll give him 4 out of 10. I don't want to give him the full blame for that goal.
50-50.
Yeah, 50-50 on that. But in general, just he's dusted. Made a couple. Yeah, he made that decent save on the deflection, but he needed to make that. If he didn't make that, it would have been embarrassing. And then obviously Skriniar. What do you make? What do you give Skriniar?
I thought Skriniar was one of our best players, if not our best player. I'd give him like 7.5, 7, somewhere around there.
I don't think anyone can have a 7 today. I think a 7 is like good rate. I think we should cap it to 6.5 today. What do you? Yeah, I'll agree with you. I think Skriniar was probably our best player throughout the 90.
Yeah.
6.5 from me. What about De Vrij?
De Vrij, oh man, I guess maybe a 6. I feel like he didn't do a lot, but I also feel like that even that back pass though, the one to Bastoni, didn't have enough weight on it because he's the one who back passed it to Bastoni and Handano. It didn't have enough weight on it, in my opinion.
You're right. Actually, it was little thing, but you can't give him like a rating down for that because they should have Bastoni and Handanovic should have handled that. But yeah, in general, he seemed like he was fine handling Kulusevski. Yeah, we'll give him a 6 out of 10. What about Bastoni now?
As much as I love Bastoni, I think it's got to be like a 5, maybe 4.5. 4.5 seems way too hard.
No, 4.5 is too harsh. Yeah,
5, 5.5, around that range.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. We've not seen Bastoni make it. He's even though he's so young, we've not really seen him drop a mass or a disaster class. So,
and it wasn't really even a disaster class.
No. Yeah, it was just one mistake, and apart from that, he was fine. He was one. He's one. Bringing out the ball and doing good passes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll give him a 5.5.
Yeah, that's where I'm about at.
Yeah, 5.5 for Bastoni. What about Brozovic? Yeah, he had a torrid first half. What did you give Brozovic? 5. Yeah. Even in the second half, he improved a little bit, but
dude, every pass that went wrong was a dangerous counter for Juventus.
Yeah, his touch just seemed off today. And in the first half, it looked like he played against Benevento. It looked like he was tired, even though he was arrested. So that was the confusing. Yeah, a drinking session with Vidal. Yeah, I'd agree. Probably 5 for Brozovic as well. Well, actually, if we gave Bastoni a 5.5, okay, I'll demote down Bastoni to a 5 if Brozovic gets a 5 as well.
Yeah.
Because if he was at fault for 1 goal, so I can't give him a higher rating than Brozovic. What about Arturo?
I thought he was good. I don't think he was a 6, maybe 5. And I thought he was better than Bastoni and Brozovic.
Yeah. And he was pissed about being taken off because he's already on the yellow, so he's going to miss the next one, so he's not going to get to play next week. And I would have kept him on, honestly, because he's the only midfielder that gives us that midfield threat to like go. He gets in the box, even though no one really tried to get that cross that we scored from last time. But he always gets into the box for that, or try to get into the box for that. Because when Sanchez and Eriksen, when Sensi and Eriksen came on, they just stay outside the box. They don't go inside. So we lost that kind of goal threat. I'll agree with that. 6 for Vidal, and he was making some good switches of play as well, which was supposed to be Brozovic's job today, but it seemed like Vidal kind of took over that. Bastoni's nutmeg on Cuadrado. We have to give him. We'll give him 5.5. We'll give him the half more just for that one. Actually, that was nice. Cuadrado should have got a yellow card for that as well.
Yeah.
He appreciates these post-match therapy. Yeah, literally therapy sessions when it's a loss, isn't it? No, we appreciate you as well, bro. What about Barella, Nicolo? Barella FC.
I love Barella, but he had some bad passes in the first half. Besides, he had a beautiful assist as always. That's like his niche, that right side of the field and just whipping it in. He's so good at that. But he had some bad passes in the first half. If we gave Vidal a 6, I feel like it's hard to give Barella 6.2, maybe like a 5.75, just a tad Vidal.
Yeah, and there was one bit in the first half where they passed the ball to him and he just fell over backwards. And it was like, whoa! You never see like Barella kind of, because usually he's a hectic player, but usually he's quite calm in all that chaos.
Yeah.
But today he looked like he was too hectic.
Eating too.
Yeah. Well, also we got 1 second. I forgot the players. Oh yeah, so Darmian, right wing back.
I feel it's hard to like. if we're putting like somebody like a Brozovic at a 5, it's hard to give like Darmian like a 6, but I'd also want to rank him as low as Brozovic at like a 5.5. It's like it's I don't know. He wasn't bad. He should have scored, but he did a normal thing. He was average. He was there. He didn't really make any mistakes. Should have scored. It is what it is.
Well, that's the perfect description of Darmian, isn't it? Like just
flatline.
Just average. Like you don't expect a bad match from him, but you don't expect him to really
make a difference.
Yeah. So if he scored that, it would have been he would have been man of the match. But it was pretty. Yeah, he did really well to like did that fake shot, but then he just shot it straight at Buffon.
Yep.
Yeah. What did you give him? 6.
Yeah, I mean, I give him a 6, just average. I feel like 6 is average. He didn't make any mistakes. He wasn't bad. 6.
Yeah. Cloudshine says 6. Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, let's give a. Yeah, we'll give him a 6. Yeah, we'll give him a 6. Now, Ashley Young on the other side. Ashley old. Ashley dusted fish and chips, like out of date fish and chips. What do you give him?
3.5.
3.5.
Not lower. Horrendous.
No, fuck that guy. Yeah, man. 3. This guy, he offered nothing going forward either as well. Like, he didn't even like try to make up for his mistake. He just doesn't take on players anymore. Like he's just lost that ability now, and it's like
he's old. He's got no legs.
Yeah, exactly. And like even defensively, he's a liability. So I don't even know why he's such a Conte trustworthy soldier. Because maybe this might be the one where Conte is like a little bit like Vidal, where he's like gonna have to like put him out of the team for a little bit just to like teach him a lesson. Because you can't give away goals like that at 35. You can't be doing those crappy. Let's see what other people are giving him. Yeah, luxurious home listings for.
Where's generous?
Yeah, Daniele 3.5. Yeah, pretty much on our wavelength. Yeah, Palm Perisic needs to start more often. Not the best option. He can gain confidence and he plays. He done against Sassuolo. I remember that's probably his most solid match. Like he was just like he looked like a proper left wing back for once in that match. But yeah, just the impact he made of Perisic. I mean, we can do his rating now, just as we're talking about him now. I'll give Perisic a 5.5 because at least he made an impact when he came on, took on Danilo, took on Cuadrado, and tried to create things. I think he had like 4 crosses. None of them actually reached anyone apart from the Barella one, but just giving like the Juve backline something to think about. Like he won a few corners. That's the thing. At least obviously his crosses might not get anywhere, but at least he'll win a corner. He creates something. Whereas with Young, I just know they'll pass the ball to him. Bastoni will pass the ball to him, and he'll just pass it back to Bastoni again. He's a bit like Asamoah, at one point. Like Asamoah was like the back pass king. You just know he's not going to do anything.
Vidal too. But yeah, I feel like it's like Perisic and Young. It's like trash versus garbage.
Yeah, it's just like Dumb and Dumber. But
I'd probably give 5.5 too.
Yeah, 5.5 for Perisic, and then obviously moving on to the strikers. Start off with Alexis. What do you give Alexis?
It's so annoying with him because like he does so much, but he does so little. You see him all the time. He's always on the ball. He's always moving around. But it's like, what comes of it? It's like a joke, and he can't score. Like he was always been like a good scorer. At Udinese, he was a good scorer. Barcelona, Arsenal, and then he forgets how to score. But,
yeah, literally, Arsenal, he was like scoring 20 plus goals a season. And now he's forgot how to shoot almost. Like he even like at the edge of the box now, he just doesn't shoot. He always opts for a pass. Like he's just or it gets blocked because he just he's just not. He just lost that X factor now.
Yeah, he lost that touch.
Yeah, what do you make of the idea of playing Kolarov a left wing back?
I just said forever too, but Kolarov's dead as well. He has no legs. It's gonna be the same thing as Young. He'll be dead in 2 months from all that running.
But that's the thing, though, because it seems like these wing-back position, Conte is willing to kind of, you sub him off at like the 50th or 60th minute. So you could give him a run for like, 50, 60 minute where, his legs can kind of keep up for that much and then bring in Perisic or Young in that time. But yeah, it's just painful that we left wing-back position. I would rather, I don't know, well, obviously today we couldn't because Hakimi was injured, suspended. Yeah. But I'd rather play Darmian at left wing-back. I don't know why he's not the first choice left wing-back.
I thought Kolarov was coming in to be like the backup left wing back with an occasional like center back's like spotting. but it seems like he's mainly just going to be a backup left center back for Bastoni.
Yeah, well, yeah. In my mind, I could just never see him running up and down in the Conte system at his age. So I always thought he was going to be centre back, but I didn't know he was going to be this bad at defending.
The ball's near him, it's a goal.
Yeah, Asamoah, he's still a free agent. I think he was linked with I think he was linked with Udinese or Parma or someone.
No, I think it was Sampdoria.
Oh yeah, Sampdoria. Yeah, but I don't think anything happened of that.
I think he had an injury problem or something was wrong with him. I think that's why he hasn't played.
Yeah, but they never said what it was. Like he just like kind of disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah,
because like he was one of Conte's guys because he had him at Juve as well. So it was weird how he just kind of disappeared. Yeah, I mean DeMarco is a no-brainer. Like was a 6 million. Sorry, is a 6 million option to bring him back. That's a no-brainer. I'm not saying he's like he's going to be the answer for us for the rest of his career, but he's a decent option to have. Especially he's good going forward.
Yeah, and especially Kolarov, if you don't resign Kolarov at the end of this year, because DeMarco's played right center back. I've seen him play left center back, and then I've seen him play left wing back at oh my god, I can't think of the name. Verona.
Yeah. Sanchez doesn't have a child. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not really sure about Sanchez's family, but he definitely needs another one. He needs to put another one out because we need one, or just adopt one.
just for the season.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we'll speak about the newborn, or he had a newborn baby, Lautaro Martinez. I know you'd like to clown him. I know you like him, but you like to clown him as well. What did you make of his performance?
It was good. I thought he was our third best player. I mean, not saying a lot for according how like today went, but I thought he was good. The goal was bad. Like I think he placed it bad, but like it went in, so you can't get mad at it. A 6, I guess, average. I mean, nobody really was amazing today, but there was only a couple players that were like horrendous.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6. I think for the goal, and in general, he works as always. He just works so hard. But he didn't get the reward for it today. Like a few times, he pressed them so well, but we didn't quite make the best of the situations. But yeah, hopefully he continues with this kind of his form from like the last match where he played well in the second half against Benevento as well.
0% chance of that.
Sorry,
there's 0% chance he keeps up with the form. He doesn't dips up and down, bro.
He's just so streaky. Like, I don't understand what his like what is it? Because he's not even a confidence player because he scored a hat trick against Crotone and then he didn't score for like 4 matches. It's just like no one knows when he'll be on or off. Yeah, that's a good question. What's your favorite option for left wing back? Obviously, I think Gosens would be the dream signing. But do you have any other names?
I'm fine with DiMarco. I'm fine with Gosens. I really want Palmieri from Chelsea. That's who I wanted. I've wanted him like for a hot minute. I would love to have him. I thought he was going to come. He's not even like playing at Chelsea. I heard he's like the third string.
Yeah, third choice, not even second.
Yeah. That's who I really want though.
But I don't know what it is with Chelsea. Like they're not even willing to give him to us on a loan. I think it's just because of the Conte thing. The relationship is like awful right now. So thank you, Antonio. But yeah, Palmieri would be a decent option. But the thing is, anyone would be an upgrade right now on what we have. That's the issue. But yeah, dream option would obviously be someone like Gosens, who's like plays in a similar system and he scores and assists like just as much as probably Hakimi does. Crazy numbers he puts up, and he's a beast like physically as well. I think Conte and Pintus would love him.
And we're not even like talking about like anybody like world class. I just want somebody bang average, bro. Just bang average and just get us through. If that's our weakest position on the team, I'm more than content.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I thought with Ashley Young last year, it seemed like we found just like a solid guy. He was. Yes, there were some matches where he was looking good, but then like I was okay with him not being a world class player. But this year, just the drop off from him has just been very disappointing.
Whatever he had left in the tank, he used it all last year.
Hey, Bragi gang out here.
I love Bragi back at this point.
Yeah, Bragi was like top assister at one point in the league. We want Musso, yeah. Well, it's a similar situation in goal. It's like anyone will be an upgrade right now from Handanovic. Like, Musso, I've not really watched him play too much, but yeah, he looks like he could be a good option going forward.
Oh no, I hate Musso. I'm like team anti-Musso so much. I like Silvestre more than Musso.
Yeah, he looks good as well. But the thing is with like players like Musso, Silvestri, they come from teams where they have like 50 shots against them in each match, so they're always going to stand out. Like Silvestri has the most saves in the whole league. I think Ragno's up there as well. But that's the thing, like those guys are so busy. It's different when you come to a team like Inter where you face like
make that one.
Yeah. And that's the issue we're having with Handanovic now. He's facing like 2 shots, but one of them goes in. He's got like a 50% save percentage. Yeah. Well, we'll move on to the substitutes for rating. So we said Perisic. I gave him a 5.5.
Yeah.
And then what about Eriksen, man? What do you make of Eriksen?
I mean, if he scored that goal, it would have been a total different story. I think he's got to get like a 5.5, a little bit, maybe like a 5, like a 5.25. He wasn't as bad as a 5. He's definitely not a 6. And 5.5 seems a little high for him. I feel like he needs more time. Like, I don't know. I feel like he should have came out on halftime. Brozovic should have been out at halftime, and it should have been Eriksen.
Yeah, I think he needs to give him give him more confidence now, not these 10-15 minutes, because he's not that type of guy. Like we've seen, he did the same in the Europa League finals. Like, what do you want Christian Eriksen to do? Yeah, he doesn't take on plays. He doesn't have pace. Like, what do you want him to do?
Yeah.
Oh, Cloudshine says he'd give Lautaro a 7. Fair enough.
Yeah, I thought he was our 3rd best player.
He's got some dogs though. Oh, Alexis, yeah.
I think Labs. I think they're Labradors.
I don't know. Oh, for the Lautaro, yeah, his work rate, big shots, yeah, fair enough. Lautaro 7, yeah, Lautaro's getting some love. Players like Grimaldo, yeah, Grimaldo's an interesting player from Benfica, but the thing is with Portuguese, there's always that Portugal tax. You're never sure how good the Portuguese league players are. As we learned from Jean Mario, we learned the hard way. Bang average, the left wing back situation. Just pray for Young, not going to be the Gresco modern. Yeah, if he keeps making mistakes like this, he might go down in like that kind of legacy.
I knew it was bad when the other day people were calling for Maxwell back. I was like, oh god.
Yeah. Someone said like out of all players that you could call back, someone said like Maxwell, like out of all players. Chana Erkin, man, let's call him back.
Get Chivu. He's coaching the Primavera. Bring my boy Chivu back.
Oh yeah, he's your guy. He's your
guy.
To be honest, yeah, even I'm not the biggest Kivu guy, but I'm sure he would be a better option out there. But yeah, we spoke about this, Ahmed, at the beginning. I think we have what it takes to turn it around next week. We saw this Juve team not particularly impressive. Like even today, they, in the first half, they were definitely better than Inter, but I was not particularly impressed by their play, their defending. Like we created chances. We can get the result next week.
This game to them, honestly.
Given the financial situation, any signing is difficult. Yeah, I mean that's we'll have to wait what happens with the ownership. We'll see what happens. I'm sure it'll be resolved by summertime.
Yeah.
Sensi brought Barella in the second leg for midfield. Yeah, we need to see that midfield once again, man, from the beginning, from the start. I'm still praying. We still haven't seen that midfield since like October, November last year, I think.
I just said Sensi even have like the minutes in his legs, man. Guy's so soft.
Yeah, well, it just seems like Conte doesn't trust him anymore. I think he seems to be fine now, but it just seems like Conte just doesn't have faith in him anymore.
Well, yeah, but now with Vidal, who really does start? Do we see Eriksen or do we see Gagliardini?
Against Fiorentina?
No, I'm saying against Juventus next week.
Oh.
Because Vidal is out.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't seem like Conte really likes Eriksen in that mezzala, like left center mid role. So I think probably be Gagliardini. Conte's guy, your guy. I hate Beppe. We should sign Dzeko and throw Sanchez. Yeah, I mean that's what we said. Like it depends. Conte really wants a Dzeko, so I was in favor of the transfer just because of that. But I'm not too sad that it didn't happen. But yeah, Nick is pretty happy that Sanchez stayed. Considering that Barella, Bros, and Basto are on 4 yellow cards. What would you manage the situation to make sure they're available against Lazio and Milan? Well, that's difficult. We've got a lot of situations like that at the moment. you have to go for the win against Fiorentina. I think there will be some rotation against Fiorentina. I think Eriksen might start in the Regista role. I think these are the type of games where Eriksen should start because he will have most of the ball against Fiorentina because they're not a very good team this year, even though on paper they should have been. And they're worse than the team that we played at the beginning of the year when it was 4-3. You know, that team still had, you know, Castrovilli, they still had Chiesa, they, you know, had the, you know, there was still the start of the season where since then Fiorentina have just been on a downward spiral. Castrovilli is going to be missing for them. Milenkovic is also going to be out for them. So yeah, I think we can rotate a little bit because we need to make sure we need to win that whether that derby this time. We have to win that.
And I think you got to rest Barella against Fiorentina though, because that man, I don't think he ever gets any rest.
Who?
Barella.
Yeah, man, that guy. I feel so bad for him. Even today, for 90 minutes, you know, he got a little bit of rest for Benevento,
but then he gets bullied every time he plays too, because everybody just tackles the hell out of him.
Mm-hmm. It's his style of play as well. He always goes for the 50-50s.
Yeah, I love it. I love Barella.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to see Eriksen playing with Brozovic. You know, yeah, it does leave you a bit open to counters. But we have to, you know, sometimes you have to manage the, you know, the balance of the team. Like, you know, like Juve there, like, you know, they play, but Rabiot and Bentancur are not particularly the most defensive midfielders. You just have to kind of, you know, manage. If your pressing is not too high, you can still manage it. Oh, even we're getting some shouts out for Lord Yuto Nagatomo. Yeah, what did you give Sensi last rating?
Oh, what did I give Sensi? A 5. I feel like he didn't do enough, but it's also like it's unfair almost at a point. It's like,
yeah, I think NA is good for Sensi. This didn't have any time.
Yeah,
and then Pinamonti, like, you know, 5 minutes. Well, you give Pinamonti a 10 just because he showed his face.
Pinamonti just needs to have a kid and it'll be good.
Yeah. Final few comments, guys. Lukaku back next week. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having Lukaku back. Should be back to the Lautaro Lukaku against Juve next week. What do you think? What do you think Pinamonti should get? Do you think he should get more playing time?
Not really. I mean, it's hard. Like maybe against like with like so much games coming up, maybe against Fiorentina, but like it's gonna be hard for him to ever get a start because Sanchez. I think even Sanchez didn't want to be here. I think that's why the whole Roma thing started because he wants more time to play, and it's like hard to then like balance it all. And like Pinamonti, as much as I love him, he's not really Inter quality, mid-table at best.
Wow, you're hearing it from Pinamonti FC. Yeah. Oh, I haven't heard the post-match press conference, Palm, but I wouldn't call that a tantrum. It's true. It's the truth now. You know, the truth has come out because that it's been since August. You know, we've not known about it. We've only found out about it now, but it looks like, you know, Suning knew already because of the Chinese government ban. So that's why we didn't sign Tonali. You know, it's not, you know, we were criticizing Conte for going for Vidal and Kolarov, but it seems like, you know, we had to go for those cheaper options. You know, Vidal free transfer, Kolarov 1.5 million. That's, you know, they had to do what they had to do. So you can't say that's a Conte tantrum. I think he's managing the situation quite well at the moment, to be honest.
I'm surprised how Conte's been so calm because he's very toxic.
Yeah.
And I think this was, remember, like during August, he was like complaining about all this stuff, and like nobody really knew what he was talking about. Like he was like complaining about what was he complaining about? Like exactly, I forget how he worded it, but we all thought it was like he just didn't want to be there, and he was complaining about not getting players. I think it was more that he knew that like this was coming, that like Suning couldn't do anything.
Yeah. We don't really know what that was out. Some people were saying there was that bullet thing, you know, that bullet, and then someone leaked it. So we don't really know. And some people were saying, yeah, he was doing the usual Conte thing of moaning about players. But then, yeah, like you can see, like he wanted this summer, he said like he wanted Kante, like, you know, how last summer he wanted Lukaku. Kante was the guy he wanted this summer, and he didn't get him. So, you know, we got Vidal, Kolarov. But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. But any closing comments, Nick?
No. I'm ready to get back to playing. Like once we lose, I go in like such like a shell. Like I'm so glad that we have games back to back because it's like you can forget about it so quick.
Yeah. Time to get some. Yeah. I wanna try to use, you know, hopefully after, you know, this Conte, you know, leaves, you know, try to you know, have a bit more of a younger team, because that was the original plan of Suning when they first came in, like when we signed the likes of Barella, Sensi, Bastoni, was to have a young core to the team. But yeah, let's see what happens in the summer. But overall, bad result. But the performance wasn't too bad in the end. But we just gifted the win, so I can't be too mad. Once again, like, it's another big match where I'm not too mad at how the team played. It's just decision making and little mistakes. But well, I like how we're playing this whole year. I haven't felt like we've played, apart from the Champions League, where obviously it was awful. But in Italy, I think we've done pretty much. Even in the derby, we lost to AC Milan in the first time. I felt like we played well. We just gifted those 2 goals.
Yeah, it's been the story of the season.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for joining me, Nick. Man, we'll see you. I'll try to get you on again for hot takes and reaction. Thank you everyone for joining in. Make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you for preview of the Fiorentina match. And yeah, always Forza Inter even when we lose, right?
Ciao ragazzi.
Ciao.